Okay, so that was not a tech issue. That's actually what it looked like outside, what you were just seeing.
Oh, I thought we hit a brick wall or something like that.
You really couldn't see anything at all, but that really truly is what it looks like outside, Andrew. What's up with that?
And that's something. The fog is so thick this morning. It is, like Ava says, it's thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. That's what it looks like.
Amen.
Put a period on the end of that sentence. Yes, that is exactly what we've got going on. And actually starting to see some delays now working into Chicago. I put those at the bottom of your screen there, and those will continue to scroll throughout the newscast. But yeah, this is a problem, especially trying to get somewhere this morning. It's going to require not only a lot more of your attention, but a lot more of your time. Nobody is escaping the fog right now. Weather impact alert still in play until 11 o'clock this morning. We're expecting a dramatic turnaround in this situation for the afternoon. But until then, visibility is low. We're also seeing some freezing fog starting to form, which means bridges and overpasses are getting a little slick. Speaking of, there's our camera network for Interstate 80 here to Iowa City is covered in fog. I don't know if I've ever seen this map so full of low visibility. This has been a long time since it's been this full, but nobody escaping this, not even Sterling Rock Falls and Princeton anymore, which we're doing fine for the majority of the morning, but that's not the case right now. Fog has really expanded, and we're seeing freezing fog scattered within this because look at these temperatures, especially in this corridor right here, upper 20s, causing some freezing fog. But by this afternoon, you'll be thinking to yourself, what fog? All of this goes away. Actually, so do the majority of the clouds. We'll see mostly sunny skies, highs near 50 this afternoon. Temperatures tonight dropping into the low 40s, so staying very warm. And that will set the stage for a very wet day tomorrow. Let's track it with Future Track. Still expecting rain to arrive just before lunchtime. And then the heaviest of the showers, perhaps an embedded thunderstorm, will be arriving between lunch and I would say 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So the kiddos getting out of school, if they're walking home, they will need the heavy-duty rain gear because it will be pouring quite a bit. Now, by the evening commute, that rain moves off to the east. Will start to dry out a little bit here. Other than a stray shower or two, things are quiet tomorrow night into all day Friday. It is Friday night, especially as we go into Saturday morning, where we're going to see another storm system come in. This one is weaker than the one coming in tomorrow, but it's got just enough moisture, and there you see it there, to bring in this rain-snow mix. And in fact, what you're seeing here, we just got in a new run of Future Track, which is now showing what's going to happen here on Saturday morning. So we'll run through this one more time here on Last Weather at the end of the newscast. But yeah, rain-snow mix is still on track for early Saturday. There you see the accumulating snow potential is still north. I think right in here is where the impactful snow will be. Here, it's just simply going to be too warm, I think, to get much to stick to the pavement. Consider what's happening today. 50 and sunshine, 50s tomorrow and rain, 40s on Friday. We don't go back below freezing until Sunday. So priming the pavement, we're warming the pavement before that storm arrives. Here's how the timing of that shakes out here. Rain most of the day tomorrow, tapering off in the evening. Then we get to Saturday, rain snow mix while most of us are sleeping, snow showers before dawn on Saturday, and then that will come to an end, it looks like, by the early afternoon. So that's why we haven't red box Saturday yet, believing the impacts at this stage in the game, this early in the game, will be quite minimal. Here we go, temperature-wise, and this is what I'm talking about. We don't get below freezing until Sunday morning. Look at all these temperatures above freezing before that storm gets here. So that's why it's going to be hard to accumulate anything other than maybe some in the grass. Getting into the 40s again early next week. Tuesday, Wednesday warming up again, but Wednesday a clipper system begins moving in, and that will actually give us a chance for some colder temperatures behind that. I'll get to the 14-day in a second. Just want to remind you that at the top of the hour, we have Ask Andrew Live, 9 o'clock. Peter Warner will be joining me this week. We've got lots to talk about, so stick around. Don't go anywhere after this newscast here. We've got Ask Andrew immediately following. Here's
Still ahead, the fight for first in the MAC. It all comes down to a final shot that you have to see to believe. It's coming up next in News 8 Sports. A good Wednesday morning to you. Time for a look at sports with the Iowa Hawkeyes. We're on a 4-game win streak, but they're still seeking their first road win of the season. Could they make it happen up at Minnesota? Let's head up to Williams Arena. We'll pick this one up second half. Langston Reynolds will go right down Broadway for the Golden Gophers and laying it in. They're up 33-24. Under 5 to play. Cale Combs hits the 7-footer and the contact. 59-51. Bennett Sturtz then starts to heat up from 24 feet from 3. He scores 21, cutting it to 62-59. Iowa still firing for deep. Brendan Hauser, another 3-ball, cutting it to 63-62. Hawks come all the way back. Cooper Koch gets in the paint, hits the floater. They're up by 1, 64-63, but a minute to play. Jalen Crocker-Johnson answers with 3 of his 10 points right there. They're back in front by 2. Final seconds. Iowa would have 3 chances to tie it. All 3 of them hit the rim and fall short as the Hawks lose a close one, 70-67. After a 2-week break, first place will be on the line in the MAC between Muscatine and Bettendorf. Both teams come in undefeated in conference play. Second quarter, Muskies up 3. They get a steal, and Talon Becker comes flying in for the two-handed slam. They'd have a 1-point lead going into the half. Third quarter, Caden Gray attacking the basket, the hoop, and the harm to make it a 43-39 Bulldogs lead. Time winding down in the third, Becker rises up from long range, splashes in the triple. He has 20. It's 46-45 Muscatine after 3. Less than a minute left in the fourth. Bulldogs down 3. Drew Sharp feeds Creighton Arguello for the bucket and 1. 54 all. 10 seconds left. Muscatine looking to inbound. Bettendorf gets the steal. They get it to Michael Gordon, who gets across half court. He will rise up and call ball game. What a shot. Bulldogs win it at the buzzer, 60-57.
I looked at the clock and there's 6 seconds left. If I go anywhere past like the volleyball line, I know I'm gonna get a double team. So I kind of took a dribble past half court and just shot it just to get one up there. And it felt really good. I thought it was going in, and luckily I got a friendly rim and it went in.
My coaches were telling me to call a timeout, but I've seen this guy shoot some of those crazy shots in practice, so I kind of trusted him to let him go and try to create a shot for us.
Bettendorf now sits alone at first place in the MAC. North Scott hitting the road to play Assumption. Opening quarter in this one, Josiah Harrington on the move. He'll kick to the corner to Kahari Harper with the 3-ball, 12-4 Lancers. More outside shooting from North Scott. This time it's Harrington doing it himself, splashing in another to make it a 15-4 ball game. But Assumption looking to respond. Marcus Beinborn hitting the triple, cutting it to 27. Just before the quarter, Miller Haight, 3-ball corner pocket, 25-9 after 1. North Scott, they would go on to win it 78-67. That'll do it for sports. Have a great Wednesday.
About 5 minutes till 9 o'clock, and it's time now for Ask Andrew. He's taking all of your questions, weather-related only, and answering them with his excellent expertise. What are you telling us about today, Andrew?
Hey, good morning, Devin. We have ice on the mind, and we're talking about ice jams, especially along the Rock River. But an interesting question coming in from Thomas this week from Morrison. He was asking, why does even thin ice cause so many problems on the river? And we're focused on the Rock River especially. So let's get the science behind the ice jams and a little bit of a physics lesson. So obviously we're seeing those now because we've entered a January thaw. We're starting to break up some of that ice. Also, we'll likely see some more because of the rain coming in tomorrow. But even the smallest chunks of ice can latch onto other pieces of ice and create a giant iceberg that piles up on corners and riverbanks especially. And once that ice piles up, it begins to create a dam, if you will. The water behind it begins to rise rapidly, while downstream of that, the water level actually begins to fall. But even if it's thin ice, you can still get enough of those ice chunks in one spot to really plug up the system, if you will, with the river here. Now, why is the Rock River most vulnerable to this? Well, take a look at this map. This is in Whiteside County, the Rock River especially. Look at how curvy and bendy that river gets. There's actually one part of the river just kind of south of Star Road near Banks Road that has such a sharp curve in it that the ice easily gets stuck to the riverbank. So that's why the Rock River is more vulnerable. We're going to be talking more about this and, of course, what happens else this week weather-wise. That's just moments away on Ask Andrew Live, top of the hour right here on the A+ app. We'll be right back. And the fog just is not improving any yet. But again, we believe later this morning we'll get rid of that fog. Here's the 14-day I promised to show you what the temperatures are going to do for the next 2 weeks. It does get cold by later this weekend. Back in the 40s Monday and Tuesday, but still very much on track. You know, by the middle of the month, you see that really cold air pouring its way back in. We'll be back on the edge of the polar vortex, and that's going to keep us in the 20s. But so far, I just don't see a huge opportunity to replenish snow, at least yet. But we do have that chance for snow this weekend. We will talk about it and much more in literally just seconds. Right here on the A+ app, Ask Andrew Live. Peter Warner joining me this morning, our weather anchor as well.
You know what, Andrew? After seeing that
14-day.
that 14 days,
Yeah.
that 20-degree temperature on Tuesday, I understand why you got cut off last time you tried to put that up.
No, okay, I'm going to get canceled again, I tell you.
Don't give me
I
no bad
understand.
news, right?
I understand why. And you know what? I wish I didn't have to see that. Now seeing that's going to be 20 degrees next week.
I wondered who you were talking to in the control room back there while that was going to say, you know what, take him off the air right now.
What we can't see means it's not going to happen.
We'll let Ava do the weather next time.
Oh, yeah, everyone would like to see that, I'm sure.
Yeah, with dances, we hear.
That's right.
Like a robot.
And on top of it, I'm going to wear a green dress.
Yes.
So that my head's just floating.
Oh, that will really be PG.
Oh, that'll be so fun. That'll be a lot of fun.
Thank you so much for watching GMQC at 8. Stick around for Ask Andrew Live.
Have a great
Continue with us and watch free now on the 8+ app everywhere you stream.
Sure. You're so mean. So mean. Deal with your evening people. Good morning, Quad Cities. It is Wednesday, the first Wednesday of
the new year.
2026.
First Ask Andrew.
Yes, this is so exciting. I can't believe here we are, the new year.
New year.
January 7th. Wow, where does time go?
It's already the 7th, which is absurd, first of all, but also that means
Yes.
we actually get to be together again because there's no more chaos of holiday time off.
We have a normal schedule.
Normal schedule.
Which is crazy. I told Peter yesterday, I was like, I'm used to taking up the whole weather center. I just throw my coat over there.
Oh, yeah.
My backpack, and it's like, I got to share this space now, which I'm more than happy
taking
to
over.
do. But yeah, it was kind of rude of me to just throw my stuff all over the place. But we're so glad that you're back with us here for a brand new episode of Ask Andrew Live. Of course, I'm meteorologist Andrew Stutzke.
I'm weather anchor Peter Warner.
So nice to have you back with us as well.
I know.
Yes,
I
all
missed
of
it.
us getting some time off and
Yes.
kind of refreshed, relaxed, if you will.
Yes. Now it's time for some great questions and
Yes.
some great weather knowledge.
We have so much to talk about today. Not just our questions this week, but we've had the fog this morning. But before we get started and telling you the instructions and all that good stuff, I have a big shout out to give to somebody.
Oh, really?
Yes, Miss Riley, who is likely
yes.
in the chat with
She
us
is.
this morning.
She is. I already saw.
I tell you what, the gift that I got from her, just bless her heart. You got to check this out. So I got this really neat journal. It says Andrew's Severe Weather Tracker. And inside, it's so your notes for severe weather systems stay in order.
It's fantastic.
That's so cute.
So
I
cute.
love this. Thank
And
you so
also-
much. And check this out.
The cup.
This is adorable. It says 100% chance of me telling you the forecast. Isn't that cute?
It is cute.
I was so excited to open this. Cooper was looking at me the whole time like, what are you doing? Christmas is over. I got it yesterday in the mail. So that was so, so nice. And the card was also sweet. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you enjoyed your little box of goodies that we sent you. I will have to post that video to my Facebook page because
Oh,
it was
yes.
adorable. The look of surprise as she was opening the box and going through the
Really?
gifts. Yeah, it was really, really awesome. So thank you so much for tuning in. We're so happy to have you here. And thank you for the awesome little goodies, too. I will add that to my collection and probably see that here a couple days a week with my
think so.
usual rotation. So
I mean, it is very appropriate for the job, I would
it
say.
is. Yeah, exactly. And I'm always needing coffee. So
Don't
now
we
I
all?
have something to put it in.
Don't we all?
Yeah, especially on this shift, my goodness. So thank you again, Riley, and we're glad you're back with us again this week. If you're new, welcome. How do you get your question here? You text it to the number that we're going to throw at the bottom of your screen, 309-304-0888. I almost messed it up.
Ooh,
It's been
okay.
a while.
Just a reminder, 309-304-0888.
Yes, and that's where you want to get your questions. That'll send it to our digital team. You can also do our Facebook chat, too, that we have going on right now on our Facebook page. So multiple ways to get it to us. No excuse not to throw in your 2 cents here with us this morning.
Appropriate 2 cents.
Appropriate 2 cents, yes. We're all about kindness.
We are.
We don't want to spread meanness.
No, meanness isn't fun.
This is not the place for bullies.
No, it
You
is
go
not.
somewhere else.
No.
Go to that other station in town. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. We don't bully anybody.
don't bully
around
anybody.
here. No, we be nice. We're nice people. All right, let's start with the fog this morning.
Oh, it was bad.
Oh, it's terrible. How was your commute, by the way?
Foggy. Yeah, who could have guessed, right? I could probably see trying to think, you know where Kimberly kind of becomes north-south?
Yeah.
When you're heading down Kimberly towards the 74. Going down that hill before you reach kind of that corner with the Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh and all that, when you're on that hill, you still couldn't see the stoplight or the Fast and Fresh. So that's
Wow.
maybe 1/8 of a mile
Yeah.
visibility in Davenport this morning. And crossing the bridge when you're kind of going over State Street, you couldn't see the arches. It's very dense. Luckily, everyone was taking it slow. I was very impressed, which was great news, but it's still going out there.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I think this is honestly some of the worst fog we have seen in likely the last few months here. Like Peter said, visibility way, way down. I think in some cases you're down to just feet, depending on where you're at. But no one has escaped this morning. Usually we kind of limit this to a few hometowns.
Pockets.
But oh my gosh, the map, if you look at the visibility map,
Oh,
it
goodness.
is just filled.
That's a lot of red.
Every which direction. It takes a lot to fill this map up.
It does. And it's one thing I will say is fog is just so finicky. Feels like a snow forecast almost in a way, too.
Yeah.
Right? Because we've had the potential for this, our in-house model, the rapid refresh model. Pretty much every model has been showing potential for something like this over the last 2-3 nights. Now it finally materialized.
Yeah. It's very hard to forecast. You got to have the right winds, the right amount of moisture, the right cloud cover, the right sky cover. Very, very complicated. So we did get it this morning. It is here. It's expected to last up until around noon. We are still expecting a really dramatic turnaround in the weather by the afternoon. We're going to go from fog now to basically sunshine and clear skies as we go into this afternoon. I can't believe that's possible.
Crazy. I'm not mad about it. I will say. It's going to be gorgeous this afternoon, but they also did expand. I didn't see the expansion yet, but I saw in Slack that they expanded some of that dense fog advisory here with this as well.
Yeah, it looks like it expanded further into Illinois on both sides of the river, and that goes until 11 o'clock. There are some areas west of us, I think in central Iowa, it goes until 9. But for us, that will remain in play until 11. So our plan is to still at least salvage the afternoon.
Yes.
The other thing we've been tracking too is not just fog, but freezing fog. I've had a couple of folks, including one of our dedicated weather watchers in Clinton, Billy, said he had some ice on his toolbox outside.
Interesting.
A little bit of a glaze. And, you know, you look at temperatures, there are a few of you that dropped into the upper 20s this morning, especially in Clinton and down to Burlington and Macomb. So those are the areas where you really got to use some extra caution on the bridges and overpasses mainly. Those are the ones, the roadways anyway, that would ice up first in this kind of a scenario.
Yeah, and the freezing fog potential luckily wasn't too bad with this, but maybe just slick spots. I know on my way over, there's one little pocket here in the QC where I just slid a little tiny bit, just getting off the highway, but that could also just be my bad tires probably. Knowing my luck, tires need to get changed.
Depending on the shape of your tires, yeah, that could also have a factor too. So just take it easy for the next few hours here. This is not our first rodeo with fog. If you are a seasoned Quad Cityan, you know exactly how to get through this. The headlights, you will still want those on, even though it's daylight. That helps other people around you be able to see where you are at. So definitely keep those on. We do get, again, like I said earlier, some sunshine this afternoon. I can't wait. I've already got an extra long walk planned with Mr. Cooper to take advantage of this. Yeah, it's going to be a little windy, but the fact that we get up to 50 is going to be very nice. We do not fall out of the 40s tonight. We're going to stay much, much warmer because of a south wind. And then tomorrow, we're going to pull in some rain.
Rain?
Rain.
I don't mind rain. That's actually a nice day. I think that's fine. This is just fine with me.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it either. It's going to be perfect napping weather in the afternoon.
Ooh.
If I do say so myself.
I like what you're thinking.
You know? Yeah,
and that's my day off tomorrow, too.
Just give me a good
idea.
See?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go to the high-resolution future track. We're going to really zoom this in for you so you can see the timing. And also, we got the new run last hour that now takes us into Saturday morning so we can see the snow possibility. With this, yeah. Not a big one, but it is there. So let's start with the rain first. This really hasn't changed much. The last several days, it's shown a start time around lunch hour. And then the heaviest is between lunchtime and about 4 o'clock.
Yep. Yeah, that trend's been pretty consistent here. I think late morning, probably from Mount Pleasant, Burlington areas further to the south, Monmouth, Roseville, Aquaka type areas, and Quad Cities, I think 11. Then there are some pockets in here that look almost convective, but I don't think we're going to see it. I don't think right now.
Yeah, it depends on if we can get any instability in here, which this time of year, it's really hard to do. But I think you're on to there will certainly be some heavy downpours with some of this. And the timing is unfortunate for the kids that aren't going to be riding the school bus or don't have a ride.
That's true.
Those are the ones that need the heavy-duty rain gear tomorrow, because that's when this will be coming in. The evening commute, though, I still like this timing, getting all that heavy rain out of here so your drive home is pretty easy.
Not too bad at all. And again, temperatures are going to be so warm. It's not like we're really worrying about ice. And the overnight temperatures don't look too bad into Friday either for any ice that morning as well.
And I'm glad you brought that up because that's something I'm going to mention when we're talking about the snow potential on Saturday, because there's going to be a long period where our temperatures do not fall below freezing. And by the time they do, the snow in the system is already over and we're on to the following day. So keep that in mind. I'll show you that here on the 8th day. We're going to fast forward all the way to Saturday morning. We're still expecting, while most of you are sleeping, a mix of rain and snow to begin, and then changing to snow for at least half the region, it looks like, here on Saturday. This is the first look that we've gotten, by the way, of our in-house model. Just came in the last hour showing what Saturday morning will look like. And I do like this scenario. I do like the scenario of keeping the snow northwest of the Quad Cities while the rest of us are seeing just rain.
I was going to say, the Euro actually, albeit, I will say global models with this system for the past 3-4 days, it'll be 0 snowfall totals throughout the area to 5 inches, which is, it's been crazy. It's been so finicky, this system here. But I think really northern Iowa hometown's probably north of I-80, then maybe into Joe Davies County is the best chance to see it. But the temperatures are going to be so important, right?
And that's the thing is we have so much warmth. Not only are we warming up the ground, but we're warming up the pavement. So the impact level of this storm system to me seems really low when it comes to travel.
Yep.
And that's why you haven't seen us issue the red box yet for Saturday. Just to give you an example of what Peter was saying, the variability of the model, we can run through a couple of these on the fly with you really quickly. Now, we're not showing numbers on here. Rather, we're showing a contour of where the heaviest snow may take place. So I'm going to switch this over to something that's a little bit more easier to see.
I think we're V3 is the one.
Are we
we've been
V3?
using. Yes, we've been using
I can never
Snow Cube.
remember.
There's so many different contours.
So
Is
many
it
different
V3?
tables.
Now I'm doubting myself.
Is it V2?
Is it V2?
Maybe it's V2.
Or is it, TCW Snow 3. That's what it is.
TCW
There's about
Snow 3.
25 different
Oh my
contours on
gosh.
our Mac system, or our computer system, that show the color banding of this. This is the one we've been using this year.
That looks good, yeah.
Yes.
This is the GFS, so the American model showing the heaviest snow up in Wisconsin, but it also shows, like Peter had been telling me the last couple of days, some snow trending back here into the Quad Cities with those teal colors that you're seeing there. We can go to the European model.
If we can go to yesterday's 0Z, I believe it was.
Want to see the European?
Yeah, I believe. Yesterday's 0Z had...
Let's see if it may not load, it may. It's kind of the luck of the draw if it'll go back that far. But
yeah. I don't know if it pulls it up, but yesterday's had maybe a 1/5 of an inch further north, and that's really it, if I remember right. So.
There's the 12, but I don't
Yep.
think it's going to give us the 0.
Okay. Yeah, the 12 is where it got a little bit iffy yesterday.
Yeah, tried to bring that heavier snow down here into our region. So that's been an interesting shift. And this is the latest now, which has shifted it a little further south, but it's decreased amounts.
Yes.
And I'm not totally sold on that quite yet, on that solution.
No. And again, keep in mind that the ground will be so warm, and we don't have a snowpack too.
Right.
And having no snowpack really, I think, adds another extra added impact because you're getting a little bit of latent heat almost released from the ground there as well. Not only the
really
above
are.
surface temperatures, but just that heat releasing already without that snowpack keeping it colder.
Exactly, and that's going to have a lot to do with this system. It's so dynamic. You've got all these different variables in play. There's the in-house model, by the way, and this only goes until about 9 a.m., so this isn't the full event, but it also shows that northwest track where a lot of the snow is centered in Iowa. And I've been watching our counterpart, Chris over in Des Moines. Yeah,
Yep.
the chief meteorologist there at our sister station, showing on his maps that, yeah, the winter storm potential is more over Iowa, more over central and partially east central Iowa, not so much the Quad Cities, but just to our west. That's where you're likely going to see that accumulation potential.
I was going to say Iowa City up towards Cedar Rapids, I think, is kind of that line that we're looking at for better snowfall totals because that's where the temperature gradient's going to drop off once that cold air mixes in off the back end of this low.
Yeah. So I think that's more of an agreeable solution as of right now. Now, if that storm sinks further to the south or gets a little stronger, that will change. But as of right now, still thinking that it's not going to be a big impact around here.
No.
You want the timeline? I'll give it to you here, the impact timeline. It's not an impact alert because we don't have a red box for Saturday, but it certainly will be somewhat of an impact, just not enough for an alert as of right now. There you see the rain tomorrow, and then while most of us are sleeping, the rain mixing with changing to snow and then becoming snow once we get beyond sunrise as we go into Saturday. Here's the temperature story, Peter, and why, again, I think it's going to be hard to get snow to stick on Saturday morning.
34.
We're above freezing. We don't go below freezing until Sunday morning.
No, yeah, there's no way.
There's no chance to cool the pavement.
No. And I will say the European model also, on the last couple runs, has been shooting in colder air overnight compared to, say, the national blend of models, which is trending us a little bit higher, which takes into account all of them. So those snowfall totals we were showing you was the European GFS, which are pushing us colder, but more short-term models, which are usually more accurate once we get to this point, are pushing in the warmer numbers overnight.
And like you said, no snow on the ground.
No.
We have no snowpack on the ground. We have nothing to enhance the cold air per se. because we are missing that snowpack. You got to go up to Wisconsin to see any kind of snow on the ground right now. We don't have it here.
No.
We just don't have it. So we'll keep a watch on what's going to happen Saturday. Again, there's no red box on there now. If we see something dramatically shift, we'll likely have to add that. But for right now, just something worth watching. A couple of questions we answered this week for you, starting with this morning, and then the one that I had earlier this week, I'll show you that as well. This morning is, why is it with even thin ice do we have problems with ice jamming on the Rock River especially?
That's a good question.
That's what we've seen, because we really didn't get a chance to build up a thick layer of ice. It was kind of a thin layer. And it's all about physics. That ice, especially on the Rock River, is very grabby.
It is.
It likes to attach itself to
It
things.
does. That's what ice usually does. It's kind of sticky almost in a way.
It is, yeah. That's how we get hailstorms,
Yep.
stones to form up in the atmosphere.
Yep.
Ice is very sticky. It likes to grab onto things. So not only is the thin ice grabbing onto other pieces of ice, but it's grabbing onto other things like bridge pillars, sides of the river. And once you get that ice jam, it doesn't matter how thick the ice is, because the ice keeps coming downstream. It keeps attaching itself, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger, and then you have the flooding problems. It's always the Rock River. It's
is.
not the Mississippi River,
Nope.
because the Mississippi River is so wide, there's enough wiggle room for that water to get through. But when you talk about the Rock River, the geography is insane in Whiteside County. Look at the twists
It's
and the
just
turns.
the twists and the turns. I was going to say it's those curves and the natural bends that come just from deposition, really. And these streams, that's what really causes those big backups.
This curve, especially right here, near Banks
Oh, my
Road,
goodness.
south of Star Road, is such it's almost a 90-degree bend. So when the ice reaches this curve, it gets pushed up alongside of the river, and that's why it grabs hold of the riverbank and the ice begins to pile up. And it's not the only one. You got another one here, another one here,
Right.
more back here.
It looks like a snake.
It does. It's really creepy looking. And those bendy points continue all the way down into
yeah.
Moline, which is also why we see problems. Though I think ours here in Moline is more to do with the bridges and also the fact, of course, it's a narrow river. But great question nonetheless. I loved it.
And the lock and dams don't help. I know they're not
No.
major, but those little ones, like for example, right here near the Quad Cities, kind of by the airport. I know I've gone fishing out there by it, but it can back up really easily over that.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't take much to get that to be a problem. So the ice jam right now still hasn't broken up in Moline. We're below flood stage, but we are expecting the potential for more ice jam activity once we get the rain tomorrow. The rain kind of helps break some of the ice up and also increases the river flow a little bit, so we'll keep an eye on that. The other question we had, which was Monday, why have we had so many wind advisories issued in 2025? We had 12. That is 5 more than the 20-year average, so it was indeed a windy year.
How many was it in March again?
In March alone?
Yeah, wasn't it like 6 or something? It felt like 5, 6.
Half a dozen.
Yeah, half a dozen.
Half a dozen in
Yeah.
March alone.
It was crazy March.
So much wind. And I think a lot of folks were sick of the wind this year.
Yeah.
You're probably sick of it over the last several years, because look at the top 10 gustiest years on record in the Quad
Fascinating.
Cities. They're all in the last decade, pretty much.
5 of the top 6 are in the last 5 years.
Isn't that something? It's crazy.
You would think it's because of these massive temperature swings that we're seeing nowadays compared to what we used to.
That's exactly why.
Yep.
And look at the big spike, too, in the graph. So the red bars indicating how strong the wind gusts are. Ever since about, it looks like 2005, 2008, we've been on this rise, really sharp rise.
That is.
And if you go back, I'm going to zoom this graph back out. This comes in waves, but actually right now, we're at the tallest point that we've ever been in terms of average wind gust speed for the whole year.
So I have a question. Would any of this have to do with increased in technology and better sensors throughout the area?
That does have something to do with it, I think. Yes.
Because I know, for example, when I was doing for the winter or the spring storm, severe storm special last year, there's a clear jump in tornadoes when they're
Yep.
studying tornadoes that were recognized by higher resolution radar over the last
Exactly.
30 years. I'd assume this is maybe a similar situation in a way.
I believe so. I think that's one counterpoint to it. Yeah, I had another person ask, does the Northern Lights have anything to do with this? Because we talk about solar wind
Yeah.
with the plasma and things like that. Not necessarily. The solar wind is completely different than the wind we get here on the ground. But what I didn't correlate yet, and I'm going to have to go back and look at this, the solar cycles. Do we see more wind in a busier solar cycle versus a quieter solar cycle because those busier solar cycles power more energy from the sun coming into our atmosphere, which could create more wind, I would think, in my
You would
mind.
think that'd create
So,
different pressure gradients and temperature gradients.
Exactly.
Interesting.
So in my free time at some point this week, I'm going to take this graph and I will superimpose it over the solar cycle graph, and we'll see if there's any kind of correlation in that, which there might be. Could be interesting.
That will be interesting.
We might discover something new together. You never know.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Learning is fun.
We love learning.
That's the point of this show, isn't it?
Exactly.
And we got some questions to help other people learn. Maybe
Let's
some
do it.
weather, right? Oh my goodness.
Do it.
Chris and Kayla from Walnut, has there ever been a time when the temperature has been the same for the low and the high, basically the same temperature all day? That's, I mean, maybe not exact same per se, but a 2 to 3 degree fluctuation for sure.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, they've been very close. I can maybe remember 1 or 2 times in my career that it's held steady
All day.
all day where it's been pretty much the same temperature. Very rare, though, that it's going to be the same temperature all day and all night.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah.
because they measure those highs by decimal numbers.
Yeah.
So if we just get, what, 0.08 degrees warmer at one point, you can get that 35 versus 34 degree high, for example.
Exactly.
But even this week, or is it what, Saturday, 38, 34 you have? That's pretty similar.
It's fairly close. Yeah.
So it's possible.
It's a unique setup, that's for sure.
Yes. How much snow for Monmouth on Saturday morning, and how much do you guys think for the rest of the season?
Oh gosh, Monmouth is so far
Monmouth,
south.
so south, no.
Yeah, I don't believe you're going to
No.
get anything out of this Saturday system unless there's a dramatic shift between now and then. No, this is all rain for you.
And I will say this isn't a clipper type system primarily. It looks like it's going to develop a little bit over Colorado, at least on the latest data I saw yesterday.
Right.
Which means more confidence in track path. Those are a little bit more stable, you can almost say, in terms of the trajectory that they have compared to those clippers which shift 3-4 counties in a matter of 24
Oh
hours.
yeah, and the moisture changes and the cold air changes. Yeah, this is a little more for sure. Rest of the season, we'll see. I don't think we're done with snow.
No.
For the rest of the season, that's for
We
sure.
need about, how are we at, like what, in December 8, 6?
Something like that.
I think
Yeah.
we need about 20 more inches, at least just for me personally, you know. It's not like I'm trying to win a
To
competition.
meet your target, you
maybe
know.
or anything. Morgan probably wants zilch.
None, because her
None.
gap that she's allowed is closing
It is.
before
Well,
it goes over
I will say she has that also extra gap where if she goes over, she's still closer than
than the rest of
the
us.
rest of us in the mid to upper 20s.
Unless you play Price is Right style, where if you go over, you don't count.
I feel, I don't know if we can
Does
do
that feel mean?
Well, I don't know if we can change it this late. Can we change it this late? No?
She's like,
No,
yes, let's
yeah,
do it.
let's
Let's
do
do it.
Oh my goodness. Riley says, hey, Peter. Hi, Riley. I haven't been here forever. I haven't been able to talk. Actually, I've probably talked to her on some of those streams.
Yes. All right.
Bye.
See ya. Bye.
Andrew just showed us the gift, of course,
my
there
gosh.
as well. It's the best. That cup is adorable. By the
So
way.
cute.
Love it.
So
And why do hurricanes need to form in oceans and not other bodies of water? That's our question today.
yes, so oceans, think about how large they are.
Moisture.
The moisture, think about how warm they get. Great Lakes, you know, which is our next largest body of water outside the Mississippi River, it's just not warm enough to sustain a system like that because by the time the thing would form over the lake, it's already moving away from the lake and back on the land. Yeah. Now we've had little mini low pressure systems form on the lake.
They do. That's
Lake
a lot.
Michigan.
I was gonna say lake effect snow. A lot of that is driven by those little mini disturbances of the warm air versus rising over that cold.
Yeah.
So
That's one of the many, many reasons. The last one I can think of is wind shear. There's not a lot of wind shear in the tropics, so
No.
that allows a more favorable environment.
it does. And here's the joke of the day. You ready?
Yes.
Yes. Why did what did the Irish meteorologist name the stream behind his house?
I don't know. What did he?
The Mary O'Donnell flow.
That's
So
good.
good. They're
oh
so
my
good.
gosh. I
I know
love
how you-
this so much.
Every week. It's the highlight of the week, I swear.
It honestly is, yes.
Wesley said, yeah, no chance of snow, and Monmouth probably not.
yeah, I don't think so.
I'm not buying it.
Not that far south.
No. What's up, Billy? How are you, sir? Are you continuing about the potential for severe weather as storms come in tomorrow?
Nothing
I don't
tomorrow.
think so. Not here locally.
Yeah, you got to go to downstate Illinois where they have a 1 out of 5
I'm
risk.
gonna say a 1 or maybe a 2 out of 5.
Yeah.
Likely, maybe into portions of southern Missouri there as well. But nothing significant.
Nothing here.
Nothing here. Hello, Scott from Rhinelander, Wisconsin.
Whoa,
That's a
dang.
fun one.
Yeah, that's a trek up there.
Oh, yeah. Dante is wondering how much snow are we getting this weekend?
So too early for amounts, but I can tell you it's not going to be a gangbuster amount of snow. It is not going to be something where you're going to break your back shoveling or anything like that.
No.
You know, if you were to throw out some early numbers, an inch or two, but again, that's early estimates, and I think
Yes.
that's even being generous at this point.
Maybe.
Yeah.
In isolated spots.
Yeah.
That's on the upper ends, you could say.
Yeah.
Tyler was wondering, what is a good timing for snow to start on Saturday morning in Davenport?
Saturday morning in Davenport. So let's dive back in. The timing on that has not really changed. It's still going to be after sunrise, the way it looks like. That's when that cooler air would get in here. So there you go. It's that rain-snow mix very early in the morning, and then by the time we hit sunrise and beyond, you see the colder air working in. That's where our model stops right now anyway, is 6 a.m., and that transition to snow starts to work in. But notice, you know, if we put this in motion back and forth a little bit, look at the dryness coming in already to our south.
Yeah.
By the time this snow switches over, it really doesn't even stick around that long. We already start getting into this dry air, so yeah.
I don't see it.
I don't
too
either.
much.
I just don't.
And warmth. Grassy surfaces, maybe.
Yeah.
But concrete.
It's going to be hard
Pavement,
to get
no.
that to go. Yeah. Yep.
Noah and Xander from Walnut. Joke.
Oh, another one.
Why does Snoop Dogg need an umbrella?
Why does Snoop Dogg need an umbrella? He's not with Rihanna, is he? No. She sings that song, you know.
She does.
I don't know why.
Faux drizzle.
That's cute.
That's good. I like these weather jokes.
Oh, these are so good, you guys.
We should
oh
just
my
do,
gosh.
we could do our own stand-up routine with the amount we've had for all these Ask Andrews.
We could.
Goodness.
I love
And they're all like dad jokes too, which I love dad jokes.
We do
So
love a good
good.
dad joke.
When does Illinois usually start getting tornadoes?
Illinois can get tornadoes any time of the year.
We can.
Anytime. It doesn't matter if it's January, December, November. Usually, when do we see an uptick? You got to wait a few more months to see that.
Late March potentially, but more so April and May, I would say. Peak season.
And I think it's going to be another interesting one.
Could be.
I'm already seeing, you know, long-range forecasters talk about the collapse of La Nina before summer and a
Ooh.
dramatic return to El Nino
Interesting.
quickly. We do know anytime we get out of a La Nina, our severe weather system goes, or a season goes gangbusters around here. It's done that over and over again. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. How quickly does La Nina fade?
No, thank you.
That will be critical to severe weather this week.
It will. Be very important.
Could be a busy one.
That's all we got.
We're all caught up?
All caught up.
All right.
Almost just in
Very
time.
good. Yeah, we made it on time. Love it.
always
You
good.
guys, thank you for joining us.
Of course.
Thank you, Peter, for joining me again this morning.
It's always fun.
Yeah.
I missed it. It's fun.
It's nice tag teaming.
It is. Makes it a little easier too, I bet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't lose my voice then, which is nice. Morgan, I believe, is going to do the 11 today. Sounds like, right? So you'll see her lovely face for GMQC at 11. I want to thank her as well for helping out so I can get some other things done around here. We'll be back next week for another edition of Ask Andrew Live. Thank you again, Riley, for the awesome gifts.
Yes.
You are an amazing person, and we're so grateful for your company every morning here on GMQC and, of course, Ask Andrew Live. You guys have a great day. We'll see you later.